I'm calling the Culture Committee to order at 4:45, and Councilor Austin would give our invocation, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to be here today in service to you and to service to the people of the Cherokee Nation. This meeting of the Culture Committee is one of the most important things we do as we remember what it is that makes us Cherokee. And we ask that you allow us to listen to those who are presenting today and remember to carry forward this information to help our people to be prepared to use all of our history to help prepare for our future. In your name, we pray together. Amen.
Thank you. And Shelley, can we have roll call, please?
Yes, ma'am. Victoria Vasquez.
Ani?
Condessa Teehee. Keith Austin.
Here.
Danny Callison. Here. Julia Coates.
Here.
Sean Crittenden. Here. Joe Deere. Mike Dobbins. Here. Rex Jordan. Here. Johnny Kidwell. Here. Darrell Legg. Here. Wes Snowfire. Dora Petskowski. Yes. Joshua Sam. Here. Mike Shambaugh. Here. Melvina Shotpouch. E.O. Smith. Here. We have a quorum.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting. All in favor? Aye. All opposed, same sign. Passes. Thank you. We will begin our reports with cultural tourism. Ms. Molly Jarvis is here. I saw her. There she is. Welcome, Molly.
Exciting news about we've received several awards for tourism during the last couple of weeks. This is through what's called the Redbud Awards, and we're so glad that we can meet in person and receive these again on behalf of the nation. But the Redbud Awards is held by the Oklahoma Tourism Industry Association, and they recognize Oklahoma's tourism attractions, destination marketing organizations, and journalists who do work in the tourism industry. But we were awarded a merit award for the best new attraction, being the Cherokee National History Museum. And I really think the only reason we were awarded the merit this time for that is because the First Americans Museum in Oklahoma City was awarded the top award this year. And then we did get the top prize for our best social media campaign for our virtual event series that we had throughout all of our museums during the last year. And then another top prize for the best temporary exhibit, and that was for Sequoia, an American icon. And then a third top prize, so super proud of that, for the best new event, and that was our Cherokee Syllabary Bicentennial. And I wanted to give a special thanks to our Cherokee Nation Language Department and the Cherokee Nation Bicentennial Planning Committee, which Deputy Speaker Vasquez helped us with, and so Howard Payton and Roy Boney definitely helped us with the language department piece of that. So super proud of the group for those awards and for the partnership and collaboration with Cherokee Nation to do that, put those together. A couple other highlights just from the report. For the Dwight Mission site, we have a contract, or we're finishing up this week, a contract for the feasibility and master planning for that site. So we are excited to get that going. And with the next step in that later this summer will be a kickoff where we have an opportunity for the community to get involved and get feedback and really become involved in that planning process. So that is happening. And then an update on the Anna Mitchell Cultural and Welcome Center. We've had quite a few through the process, just construction and supply chain issues and labor force issues, but we are finishing up what we hope is our last construction delay and targeting a mid-August opening. So we will definitely keep you all up to date and apprised of that opening date, which we are definitely looking forward to. Just a couple other notes. We have the Homecoming Art Show, excuse me, which will run August 13th through September 10th, and that will be in person and virtual. And then we have an updated list in the report of all of the other new exhibits that are at all of our properties. I think those are my highlights, unless there are any questions for me.
Thank you, Molly. Anyone question? Yes, Counselor Legg.
I don't have a question, but Molly, I went to Sequoia's home the other day and was visiting everybody, and that place just looks immaculate.
It's beautiful.
Really impressed. And so they said that the courthouse is already disassembled and about ready to be moved. Will that be restored on site, or is it getting restored in sections now and then going to be put back together, or how's that going?
Yeah, great question. It will be restored on site. Yeah, so it won't have to move again. Yeah, so we want to be very delicate with it and preserve it as much as possible.
Also, you remember about 20 years ago, we were donated that sequoia tree? We have a sequoia tree
Okay,
from California, where there was a group of students from Roland that identified it, and I don't think it's going to be one of the capacities to grow like 200 foot.
right, like
And they called it something, but they were a brilliant group of kids, but they were able to identify it immediately and call it something different, but it's a
Yeah.
sequoia, but a different breed of sequoia.
okay.
Because I've been waiting like 30 years now to watch this sucker grow about 150 feet.
Well, our dry, hot temperatures are probably preventing that. Yeah,
Anyway, thank you.
thank you.
Anyone else have any comment? Yes, Counselor Teehee.
I just wanted to comment that I'm really looking forward to the Cherokee Homecoming Art Show. I know it's a great opportunity for both, for artists from all three federally recognized Cherokee Nation tribal governments to submit work, and it's always a wonderful show. Would you remind us again of those dates?
Yeah, absolutely. They are August 13th through September 10th, so spans holiday. And it will be at the in-person part of it will be at the Cherokee Springs Plaza location.
Okay, is there going to be an in-person awards reception this year?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's the evening of the 12th, I believe, because we've moved the meeting of the Cherokee National Historical Society to coincide with that date. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of the work that's done by cultural tourism. I know that it is at the heart of who we are, our Cherokee culture is, and I appreciate the work that you and your staff do, Molly.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll make sure that this entire group gets the invitation and all the information about the, not only the awards reception and the show.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time, Chair.
Certainly. Counselor Austin?
Molly, yes, just a few weeks ago, we had two very good events in Claremore, and one of them was really not public, but it was the ceremonial receiving of the Milam home, and which we acquired about a year ago. Mm-hmm. But it was the first opportunity. Mrs. Clark, who resides there, is 97, and we had the opportunity to have the Milam family in the home, and there were several members of the Milam family that had never been in that home before that visit, and for them to have that opportunity alone was worth doing that. I can't wait till they can see this as well, but for now, it was wonderful. Thank you for that. And then I urge everybody to make their way to downtown Claremore over the next short period of time and see the mural, which is brightens up downtown Claremore quite a bit, and it's getting a lot of positive comments in Claremore right now. It is huge, and it's called The Heart of a Nation, and it really highlights the Cherokees who've made a great historical impact to the Kui-Skui area of the Cherokee Nation. So Make your way to Claremore. Call me when you're coming, and I might even meet you for lunch. Didn't say, I was very careful. I didn't say bye, did I? I said meet.
Thank you.
Keith, are you finished?
Done.
Okay. Counselor Smith?
Go over that Dwight mission again. What did you say we were going to do down there, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So this week, we are finalizing the contract for our feasibility and master planning. And so we've put a bid out for a consultant to come in and work with us to put a master plan together to see what we will develop at that site. And part of that will be a kickoff meeting where we'll invite the community in and stakeholders to really be a part of that process. So we probably will have that toward the end of the summer.
I might get with you, and we might turn that into a small community meeting. We could feed them something and do all that, so I'll get with you.
Yeah, we would definitely want to work with you and others on the, and, you know, who should be part of that community group and invited to those meetings, and really want people to feel included in the process.
Great.
Great. Anyone else? All right. If not, thank you, Molly. We appreciate the good report.
Thank you for your support. Thanks so much.
Next up should be Mr. Howard Payton, representing Cherokee Nation Language Department. And here he is, strolling in his pretty shirt. Welcome.
Sio Nagad. I'm glad to be here. Doyu Diklet. It's really hot today, isn't it? So I have the report before us. I know that it's late in the day. I'll be more than glad to answer any questions that you guys have. I do know that I spend my time and others' times a lot reporting, so but today I'm going to I know everybody has a copy of the report, and ask if anybody has any questions. One.
Yes, Counselor Teehee.
I know that you'll be graduating a Cherokee Language Master Apprentice Program cohort pretty soon. Have you closed applications for the new cohort and made decisions there, or are you still accepting applications?
We've closed applications, and we're in the process of making them decisions now.
Okay, all right, well, thank you very much. When you said Udislik, it made me think of one of the students in the Clemat program, when asked in Cherokee, what's the weather going to be like for the next few days, he said, Udislik, Udislik, Udislik. So it's, you know, hot, hot, hot. But I appreciate the work being done by the language program, and especially that of speaker services. I know several individuals who have received immediate assistance, and sometimes in some really, I would say, pressing, urgent circumstances, at least for those elders. And so I appreciate the work that Sammy Eagle and his crew are doing there in speaker services.
They are stepping up to leadership, and it's amazing. Of course, you always have some that you think have been, you know, fixed or that sort of thing, and you find out, oh, you know, we need to go back and check this out or that out. That's going to be with any type of program like that. But I'm glad to see how on a general basis how proficient they are, and how quick they're able to accomplish a lot of things. So, well,
And how are things going with Gon Ejun Desquast?
Go Hitnana. We selected the teachers with that, and they are getting. You know, HR's contacted me and contacted some of them that we've selected. It's been a little bit of a slower process, just because one thing our HR program is really, really working hard, and so that's coming on, and we're looking to get moving on that pretty quick. We have selected the ones that we've posted, and they've been they've been selected for a bit, and so when they get in, we'll do a total assessment of that and get that going just as quick as we can.
That's great. I know that Greasy community is a very special place, and you really need the right fit in staff and faculty there to make sure that that's going to be a really good, successful program. So I appreciate the care and attention there. That's it for me. Thank you for the time, Chair.
I will say, well, one thing about Greasy is we're getting amazing amounts of elders stopping by, and that's what makes me feel good. And one thing of it is we've connected with some of them with speaker services and that sort of thing, and them stopping by and just checking on us and makes me believe that this is going to be okay. You know, when you start expanding, you kind of start stretching a little bit. You think, man, I believe this is the right thing to do, but the other shoe could drop. The idea that they're coming up and meeting with us and talking with us. I know that in my heart, I know that we may have a bump here or there, but it's going to be all right. So,
Counselor Kelson.
Howard, I just want to say, as a new counselor and getting to know with you in the last couple of weeks in my district, you and your staff went above and beyond to help these two gentlemen relocate in their trailer in their house. And I have some pictures to share with you that they sent me on Friday. Tears of joy. Your department has their heart where it needs to be. And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart from these people. Thank you very much, sir.
Councilman, I'd like to say you did a lot of advocating there yourself, sir. So I appreciate you pushing to help speakers. That was a bad situation that a lot of people, a lot of different departments, human services, and a lot of people came together to make that work. And so I'm thankful to God that the outcome that we have is happened. I'm glad that they was able to get out of that fire, that we could have been telling a totally different story today. So, well done.
Anyone else? I have just one comment. I was so excited last month that I had a cousin come from California to attend Ed Field's language class, and I visited for a few hours in one of those days, and I have a whole new appreciation for how difficult it would be to learn Cherokee. And he was so welcoming and so funny, and gave me books and things to take home. And I have hats off to everybody in your program that helps people learn to speak Cherokee.
Absolutely.
Why don't?
But Ed Fields, we call him our Cherokee rock star because he is definitely in sync and in step of what needs to happen there. So.
All right. Well, I guess we're done here. Thank you very much.
Well, no, EJ, you lead your seat in God.
Next, Mr. Kevin Stretch, Community and Cultural Outreach. CO, Kevin.
See only got, you have a copy of my report, and I would like to add to the Howard's talk about the Greasy, that we met with them last week. Chief met with them along with some CCO folks, and we're going to fix up a few things down there, including the ball field, and make everything working well again, and working with the local organization too. So we're looking forward to that. We had a meeting recently with Bell, and we're going to work on that building too in time for the powwow and get some AC back on down there and hook them up. So we're working with several organizations and construction of those organizations to try to get everything continued, the construction and the updates of these buildings. So anyway, any questions?
Anyone have questions or comments for Kevin? Councilor Crittenden.
I've got a comment on, like the Bell and Greasy thing. I mean, living there, that's been needed so long. And Josh knows, and you guys are just coming in there looking around, going to fix it. So appreciate what you guys do. Thank you a lot.
Madam.
Anyone else? Thank you, Kevin, for your good report.
Well done.
Next up, Ms. Betty Frog, representing Cherokee National Treasures Advisory Committee. Welcome, Betty.
The living treasure at the Saline Courthouse is Dennis Sixkiller for language, and he opened the 28th and June 28th, and his time ends on September 24th. The Mentorship Program currently has 5 treasures committed to teaching class. Classes are held on the following topics: basket weaving, flat reed and round reed, loom weaving, pottery, and mask making. The Cherokee National Treasure nomination deadline was June the 10th, 2022. There was a total of 16 nominations submitted to the committee. The selection process is underway. The committee will make their final selection, and the new treasures should be notified by the first week of July. They will receive their official Cherokee National Treasure title during the events of the Cherokee National Holiday. This year, the National Treasure Student Art Show will be held on Saturday, September 3rd, from 9 to 3. This will be held in conjunction with the Cherokee Artisan Marketplace, to be held on the lawn of the Cherokee National History Museum. Any questions?
Yes, Counselor Teehee.
The number of applications it notes here, and you just stated, is 16. Is that typical, or is that a little high?
It just depends. I've been on the board for a couple of years, more than a couple of years, sorry. But it just depends. I don't know what it is, but sometimes we'll have a lot, and sometimes we'll have a few. So it just depends on, we try to get the word out.
Yeah.
Try to get it to all the communities, because we know there are artists out there, out in the communities. But sometimes we just can't make it. Everything, scheduling doesn't permit it. But 16, that's pretty normal. We've had as little as, I think it was like 6 to 8.
Wow.
So it just depends.
Okay. And there's not a set number that you select. Does it really depend on the submissions?
We select up to 3.
Up to 3. Okay.
Up to 3. We go through their qualifications. It's a process.
Okay.
We go through the whole application and look at their art that they submitted.
Okay.
And it just, it takes time. It really does.
Yeah, well, I know that it's a very difficult selection process, and that the committee takes their responsibility very seriously. And so I appreciate the work that you guys are doing. And I had another question, but it just flew out of my mind. So.
Uh-oh. You know what to say about that?
It must not have been very important, is
That's
what I'll say.
they usually say.
Oh, now I remember. It was, you said that the new treasures will be notified sometime in the beginning of.
The first week in July.
Okay, so pretty soon. At
Pretty
what point will those be made public?
No, they will not be made public until the holiday.
Okay, so not public till the holiday.
Right.
Okay, all right. Well,
Right.
I'll be waiting on pins and needles for the names of those new treasures. But, Wadon, Galilichisi.
Well,
Thank you for the time.
any other questions?
Anybody else? All right. Thank you, Betty. Very good report.
Well,
All right, we have no old business and no new business pending. And any announcements from the crowd? If not, my announcement is, the next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Thursday, September 29th at 11 a.m., and I need a motion. All right, we're adjourned. Thank you.